Hello and welcome to this new series of FPL Escapades. My name is Suryansh and we call this section the player review session. Under this session, we get together, we sit, we talk about the standout performers of the game week gone by, and we assess the options of the players that we can have in the future in our game week team. So I'm delighted to be joined by the usual suspects of escapades, Kshitij, Akshay, and Anand, and also Amit and Akshat. And I'm sure everybody's team and FPL game week is as topsy-turvy as mine, if not more. Um, so under this session, we basically choose one player each. Each panel member selects one player who they think was the standout performer in the game week that just went. In this case, the game week 9. We debate on that. We try to explain to our viewers as to why that pick is the best pick. And yeah, that's us. And take it away, Kshitij. What's your pick for the week?
Thank you so much, guys, and I'm sure like Anand, Akshay will have the same reviews as well. We have such a great team here at FPL Escapades, just all friends and brothers trying to do something related to football, and really great to be a part of this and amazing venture to start off game week 9. So yeah, answering your question, my pick is none other than the Everton striker DCL. He's scored already 10 goals, provided one assist, a total of 70 points. And not only because of the statistics that you show that we see on the screen, right? For me, DCL is so I was actually late on the train of DCL. I missed him for I guess by a couple of game weeks as well, but not necessarily only the statistics that you see. I mean, his stats are definitely great. His goal plus assist per 90 minutes is 1.14, which is the highest in the league right now. Goal creation action per 90 is of 0.34. I think this is the only statistic. If you see, he's the seventh in the league, and he's like behind like really unusual suspects, like to quote you, but definitely NPXG plus X of 0.74, again one of the highest. If I'm not wrong, he's actually the highest. So his statistics speak for himself, and I for one, I'm slowly and steadily learning the art of statistics in FPL. I generally want like to go by my eye test and the gut feel as well. And Anand Sindhu for one of our panelist member and an FPL Escapade brother who actually helped us start off the FPL Escapade family, is someone who told me never to let go of your gut feeling. And um, that is why I think DCL, a pretty amazing pick, has been and will continue to be, because Everton's fixtures do look really good. I know they do face Leeds in the next fixture, which is a kind of team you can never really be sure about. But definitely at the price of 7.8 compared to Vardy, who's 10.2, and Kane, who might just give an assist or so, with 10 goals and one assist and short of target for 90 minutes of 1.194, where he's actually still leading the league. I think DCL is a no-brainer.
That's completely correct. DCL is indeed a no-brainer. Not surprising, but a very effective pick, Kshitij. Um, so coming to the next pick, we have Akshay in the house. So Akshay, what's it going to be?
So my pick had to be none other than Andy Robertson. He's been a stalwart member of that Liverpool side, and been injury free. Fingers crossed to that as well. And he's been giving attacking returns. In fact, he's given 4 returns out of the 9 game weeks that we've had so far. And looking at his fixtures going forward, I think in the next 9 fixtures, Liverpool face Brighton, Fulham, West Brom, Burnley, and Newcastle as well. So I think clean sheets are going to be something that are going to continue for Liverpool. And despite all the injuries in defense, wherein we talk about Gomez, Van Dijk, and Trent being out, I think Andy Robertson is someone who you can hold on when it comes to defenders and attacking points, FPL wise. And he also happens to have the highest goal creating action amongst all defenders in the Premier League. So I don't see a reason why you do not want to have him in your team. Yeah.
No, I agree completely. Also, like you rightly mentioned, the injury debacle that is happening at Liverpool right now. We all of us thought, and correctly so, that Van Dijk is the natural leader in the backline. But Andy Robertson is proving that he himself is a leader, being the yeah. So a lot of Merseyside picks. I know the correct person to go to break this hoodoo. So, Mr. Anand, what is your pick for the game week that just went by?
Yeah, so basically, a really good game week for the likes of Akshay. Even you had a good game week. Even Kshitij had a great game week. But unfortunately, I did not have a good game week. But then, uh, looking at game week 9 and United in particular, I found out that Bisaka was really superb in that match. And he's a very different kind of an FPL asset. So usually, we bank on defenders who are good going forward and everything. But with Bisaka, the thing is, if United keeps a clean sheet, there's a really high chance that he keeps bonus points, as seen in the last game week, which was game week 9. He got it. He got two bonuses because he racks up those BPS point system because of his interception, his tackling, and everything. So Bisaka going forward at 5.4 can be a really good pick again because if you guys can remember, last season United across top 5 leagues had the highest number of clean sheets. So if United can replicate something of that, even 90% of that, Bisaka going forward can be really, really good pick. Also at the same time, he's absolutely nailed. There is nobody at United who can replace him. So my pick would be Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
No, that's a very smart pick, and also this pick coming at a time when Big Dave is coming back to his best form. I guess that will also help him, Bisaka, rack up the numbers in terms of clean sheets and, like you said, the bonus point system. So moving on, we have Amit in the house. So Amit, what is your pick for the game week that went by, and how was your game week?
Okay. Do not ask me about the last week's game week because it was to summarize in one word, it was shitty. The above three players my panelists mentioned, I did not have a single player of them, so you can imagine how it went.
Ooh, that's
Now coming on to the players after analyzing much, an interesting choice I've gone with is Diego Jota because ever since he arrived into Liverpool, he has found to be the man with the Midas touch. He has been scoring those crucial goals and everything. He has scored, I think, 6 goals up till 4 goals up till now, and on an average, he's scoring on per 98 minutes a goal. He has played around 372 minutes. I'm not exactly very versed with the stat, and especially with the Salah situation, he took up the Salah mantle basically, and he's been leading the show as of now with or without Salah. And it won't be far along that you would eventually see him replacing Firmino even because he has been having this kind of an impact, and he has been an inspirational signing ever since. He reminds me of a young Sadio Mane when he arrived at Liverpool under the guidance of Klopp, and he has been having impact such. And even for the coming game weeks, he could be an interesting pick because I think next week Liverpool has Wolves, and the week after that Liverpool play Fulham. So you want to pack up your team with as many Liverpool players as you can, and at 6.5 you cannot really go wrong with Diego Jota. And
it's
very soon it will be 6.8 or 6.9 within a blink of an eye. So this would be this player of my choice.
No, I really like the pick, Diogo Jota. I personally, fun fact, I do not have any Liverpool player in my team, and Jota is the only player this season who's forced me into taking a decision on whether to bring any Liverpool player in or not. But a fantastic choice. It'll be interesting to see how Jota goes forward with the likes of Salah coming back in. But one thing's for sure that he's made his mark felt on the entire team. Moving on, we have Akshat in the house. So, Akshat, what is your pick for the player that you liked the most in Game Week 9?
For me, it's Bruno all the way. He has smashed 181 points, which is the most for any FPL asset after coming into the Manchester United and the Premier League. Then, secondly, in the last three away fixtures, he has racked up 12, 11, and 17 points. And he faces Southampton next, who play with a high backline. And I think it can be beneficial for United. especially for Bruno, who has become the fulcrum of the whole team. And
Absolutely.
in his last game match against West Brom, he scored a goal. I think he was very good in that game, and he could have scored more as well. And he scored 11 points. And just yesterday, what a phenomenal performance from that guy against Istanbul. What a stunner that he scored. And so I think he's the most explosive asset that United have right now. And even in the FPL, for me, I have kept Bruno from the time that I've started playing FPL. So let's hope for the best.
So basically,
That
Bruno
was my
is
pick.
your lucky player.
Yeah, he's my lucky player. He's the player that brings smile on my face every time United are on the pitch.
Yeah, it's safe to say that all United fans will agree to what you're saying as of now, Akshat. The kind of impact that he's had on the team. Um, I kind of agree with Rio Ferdinand saying that the kind of impact that he's had on the team, it's second to only King Cantona.
Yeah, rightly
But
said.
he's rather just a penalty merchant, isn't he?
That's what we like to believe,
Yeah,
and
then all those guys who call him penalty merchant should have seen the goal that he scored last night. I mean, it was
So the next time we have Bruno Fernandes here, we'll make sure we have it Bruno Fernandes.
yeah.
Just to,
just to boil some blood.
yeah.
I get that. So
Now,
coming to my pick finally. I've gone with a certain Heung-min Son. So yeah, Heung-min Son. I think that I don't have to say anything apart from his name. The name is enough this season. He's been in unbelievable form. He's scored 9 goals, 2 assists, and to my surprise as well, I really thought that Bale coming in and Kane being Kane, I really thought this season Son would struggle a bit, but it's gone completely the other way around. He's been the finisher for the team. Um, he scored a beautiful goal against City. He caught them on the high line and ran in behind, scored a good goal. Could have doubled in the first half itself, but he chose to, be a little more generous and pass the ball to Kane. Did not go down very well. Apart from that, did not have a lot to do the entire game. But what I feel that 84 points this season, I think it's second to none, or if it's only DCL, if I'm not wrong, who seconds this, if I might be wrong. Um, so getting Son in this kind of form in your team is a no-brainer for me at 9.5 compared to, even if you compare him to Harry Kane, the price difference and the points difference is not a lot. Um, Gets a lot of bonus points, and yeah, he's been pivotal to whatever Spurs have been doing. And yeah, I mean, fixtures are no barriers for this guy, and so for me, it's Heung-min Song at 9.5, I think, and pretty surprised as to how and why his price went down. So yeah, at 9.5, Son is a no-brainer for me this week.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
it's
a
actually,
fabulous pick. Yeah, I think that's a fabulous
and
pick. And going forward, I believe Jose Mourinho, and Spurs will be a counter-attacking side, so that will benefit you certainly.
Especially with the kind of fixtures that are coming up, the Chelsea, the Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, and you can expect Mourinho nothing sort of a counter-attacking game in those matches as well. And you'll see Heung-min Son leading the line there also. Harry Kane will play as a false nine, he'll drop down, and you'll see Son making those runs, and all the more reason of having him in this team. And
and
if you hold on to him for next 2 weeks, then you'll have Crystal Palace as your Christmas present.
also, Suryansh, it's actually Harry Kane who matches Son's FPL points figure. So both
Okay,
of them have
okay,
actually scored 80. Both of them have scored 84 points. And while
okay,
it's DCL who has scored 70. But again,
okay.
DCL is also
Yeah.
having a
So
fantastic season.
clearly, Kane and Son can't be separated here itself. Here even.
Even
Yeah.
here, they're assisting each other with points on the FPL. So with that, we come to the end of the special episode that we had planned. Make sure to subscribe, guys, like, comment, and all that good stuff. We'll be sure to be back following the next game week with different guests, with different opinions and different players. And till then, may the arrows be green and have a great time. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.